In tonight's Project Seattle report, a double homicide at a Seattle park becomes the tipping point for a community overwhelmed by homeless camps. Today, people in Lake City called for community-led solutions to the crisis, saying elected leaders have failed them too many times. Good evening, I'm Molly Shen.
And I'm Preston Phillips. Starting today, ambassadors with the nonprofit group We Heart Seattle will be walking the streets looking to make a difference. This all follows the deadly shootings at a cluster of tents in Virgil Flame Park, just feet from a children's playground. Couples Joel Moreno was at today's call to action. He joins us live this evening from Lake City with the latest. Joel?
Yeah, there is outrage in this neighborhood, Preston and Molly. They feel like a dumping ground for some of the city's worst problems, and the double homicide that happened earlier this week convinced them they need to find their own solutions because they say city leaders have failed to act.
She launched the first of its kind camping ban for
Assembled
the city of
just
Seattle.
feet from where deadly violence played out only days before, these Lake City residents made their case for action.
We need help. We need support, and maybe it's time for a reboot because we are not getting the results that we need.
Their frustrations culminated after the double homicide at a homeless camp here at Virgil Flame Park, which sent innocent bystanders running for cover. Seattle City crews have since cleared the encampment, but the concerns remain.
We know that the encampment that was here just moved a couple blocks down into another park. We
Heart Seattle, a privately funded outreach group, is now positioning ambassadors in the neighborhood to discourage camping, refer people to drug treatment, and remove trash.
It's time to put our foot down and restore our parks for equitable access for all and restore them to the intended use as Mayor Harrell promised.
Many say what's needed is an entirely new approach to the drug abuse and homeless crisis that plays out on Lake City's streets.
Somebody has to be accountable, and the people who have to be accountable are the homeless folks themselves.
I believe we need to ban camping in Seattle, and I believe the citizens of Seattle are with me. They're ready to do it.
A city spokesperson says Lake City parks will be inspected 3 times a week to prevent new encampments from taking hold. And outreach workers will follow up with the homeless people who moved their tents after Virgil Flame Park was cleared. Neighbors say they've heard it all before.
And we're going to come out and put an emphasis on this forgotten community.
Well, a Seattle City spokesperson says from 2022 to 2024, they saw a 62% drop in the number of shots fired calls involving homeless people. Still, Lake City is going to forge ahead with this community-led response, saying they aren't seeing the results that they need right here on the streets. Reporting live, Joel Moreno, KOMO News.
All right, thanks, Joel. KOMO will stay on top of new developments at the Lake City encampment and the homelessness and addiction crisis as a whole. There are Project Seattle reports. If you have a tip or a story idea, call the number there on your screen, 206-404-4732. You can also email projectseattle@komonews.com.